Today I'll be sharing real numbers with you: gas, groceries, housing, and more, and it's actually quite eye-opening. The results are in for groceries, and this is very interesting. Wait, make sure you stay till the end of this. But I calculated how much it would cost per month and per year, the difference of living in California or living in Texas. And how I did this is I went to Albertsons.com website because so we can have an apples to apples comparison. You guys have Albertsons, we have Albertsons in Texas. So it's actually quite simple to do. You can do this at home, but log on to their account, put in a grocery list, go to checkout and see how much your total is, and then change locations to a different zip code. That's what I did, not fudging any numbers. And then I did, if something wasn't available in California or Texas, I removed those items from the list so that it would be completely fair. So let's take a look. Albertsons website, and I printed them both out. I just put random items in here, guys. These are not necessarily what I would choose, but I was trying to get a variety of produce, beans, milk, eggs, you name it, bread, all the exact same things, just kind of got around $100. Well, in California, it was $93.19 for a total of 17 items. And for Texas, it was $76.30. So there is a difference of $16.89. That doesn't sound like a whole lot when you first look at it, but if you multiply that, say, by 4 people, then that's a difference of $67.56. And then if you multiply that by 4 weeks for, kind of a month, that's $270.24 a month difference. It costs more to live in California than Texas. Now, if you multiply that by the year, oh my goodness, so we're going back to the 4 people. For 52 weeks, we're looking at $3,513.12 difference. It would be much cheaper. If you shop at Albertsons, it would be much cheaper to live in Texas than in Albertsons. However, there's a catch. I did the same exact thing on Walmart.com. Now, I know not everyone loves to shop at Walmart, but if you are going for the best prices, take a look at this. Numbers here, apples to apples comparison. It's quite eye-opening. So in California, the total for, there's 22 items on this list, is $172.34. Well, when you shop with the exact same items at the Walmart here in my town, it's $169.63. A whopping $2.71 difference? That's not much at all. Okay, multiply that by 4 weeks, or well, for 4 people, $10.84. Multiply that by 4 weeks, $43.36 is what you would be saving by living in Texas a month. And then over 52 weeks for a year, you would be saving, living in Texas, only $563.68. Oh my goodness, what a big difference. It was really eye-opening to go, not only is Walmart cheaper, but Walmart also, it looks like they have steady prices between California and Texas. My goodness. Kind of makes you rethink your shopping habits. So clearly cost of living for groceries is lower in Texas. It's not a surprise, but maybe it's a surprise if you shop at Walmart that it's not that big of a difference. I've been calculating. Next up are gas prices. All you have to do for this is go to gasbuddy.com and plug in your city, compare it to maybe the city you're moving in, and you can get some intriguing gas prices. All right, so first up is Frisco, Texas, because so many people are moving to Frisco, but it wasn't that much different from Frisco to Fort Worth to Dallas, with a few cents difference. It'll give you a really good idea. According to Gas Buddy, gas prices in Frisco, Texas is $3.23 a gallon, which is very close to where I live, which is at $3.21. And if you calculate your car, my last vehicle would hold 25 gallons, and of course everyone's is different and all of your gas mileage is different, but I just figured if you fill up once a week with 25 gallons, then in Texas it would be $80.75 to fill up. Multiply that by 4 weeks and you're at $323 per month. And then if you take 52 weeks of the year, that would be $4,199 that you spend on gas per year in Texas. Now, to compare it apples to apples, take a look at California. On Gas Buddy, I pulled up LA. The lowest that it's showing right here is $5.19 per gallon. Whew, y'all. That's almost $2 a gallon more. When I did this 3 years ago, I think it was like $1 difference. Now it's $2 difference. Anyhow, 25 gallons, you're at $1.2975 to fill up. Multiply that by 4 for your monthly cost at around $519, which is a difference of $196 per month for just gas alone. And then if you calculate that by 52 weeks, then you're at $6,747 pay for gas per year at $519. I saw prices over $6. Put wherever you're looking at, whatever state you live in, put what you're paying in gas in the comments below. $6 is a lot. So that's $2,548 a difference per year to live in California versus Texas on just gas alone. For a grand total so far with gas and groceries, and we're going off the lower priced Walmart prices, $3,111.68. Let's keep going. Next up is entertainment. We're just gonna calculate movies, guys. The difference between going to a movie theater in LA versus Dallas Fort Worth. I went to Cinemark.com, or whatever the website is for Cinemark, and I thought, let's go see My Big Fat Greek Wedding 3. Bought 2 tickets here in Roanoke. It's $22.50 in Texas. Now there is an online fee and a tax of $2.16, but the total is $28.36 for 2 people to go see a movie. In LA, the total was $32.70, but what was interesting is there was no tax. What? I thought California was the king of taxes. Anyway, there's still an online fee, but the difference is $4.34 for a movie ticket. Now the popcorn, a small popcorn, was just $6.50, not just, but $6.50 equal California to Texas. So if you say you want to go watch a movie with your spouse once a month, I don't think I go that often, but if you did, it would be saving $52.08 per year. So we're just gonna add that number to this, and we're at a grand total so far of a savings of $3,163.76. While these are everyday cost of living things, let's take a look at housing, because housing is a big deal. And then taxes is a big deal, but taxes can definitely vary because California, you have state income tax. Texas does not, but Texas has high property tax, although they just recently signed a bill to lower our property tax. Yes! So hopefully that's coming this year. Any bit helps, but taxes is a hard thing to calculate because if you are a high income earner and you move to Texas, the property taxes are probably going to be a lot less than what you pay in state income tax. It also depends on the type of home you buy. So that's just so hard to calculate. Definitely calculate the difference between your state income tax and property tax on a house if you're moving to Texas. But let's go take a look at housing and what you can get for your money. I'm going to try to do this as fair as possible because California is so different from Texas. It just is. So I don't know how apples to apples I can get, but I will show you what you can get here in Texas in the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex for your money, as well as let's take a look on Zillow to see what you can get in LA or around there for your money, just to kind of compare. Now, Dallas-Fort Worth is booming right now. And I know that if you're watching today, the market, it's volatile, yes. But I think that when the interest rates come back down, then I'm just gonna say we have so many jobs that are still, so many companies moving to Texas, I think it's going to be another boom. So I'm not afraid of prices. If they go down a little bit in Texas, they're going to come back up as soon as those interest rates come back down. I do recommend you purchase off price and not interest rate because you can always refinance, okay? So those are just some side notes. But let's take a look. I'm gonna start with a home at $345,000 that's for sale in Fort Worth, as well as in South Lake, right at $1 million, just to give you an idea, because I know everyone has different budgets, okay? But let's get started here. So this home is in Fort Worth. It's listed at $345,000. It has 4 bedrooms, 3 baths, and it's 2632 square feet. So this is just, look, it's such a cute home on the outside. So cute. Now I know it needs a little paint, okay, but super cute. I love the tall ceilings. You can update it, no problem. But just to give you an idea, for $345,000, this is pretty good, guys. That's a cute fireplace. And just to kind of give you an idea, right? Cute secondary bath, that's updated. We need some paint in this house. And there is a backyard. Not super fancy, but for the budget, Pretty good, right? Okay, so here's another one. This is in Southlake. Now, remember, Southlake is like one of the hottest cities in the entire Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex. I would say Southlake, Frisco, Prosper, those are some super hot cities. Southlake is among the top. So for $995, this is what you could get. It's a 4-bedroom, 3-bath, 3 living area, 3,300 square feet, 3,315. And it's so cute. But what I really love about this home is what Southlake is known for is having large lots. This one as well needs some updating. Super cute, 3-car garage. The layout is really nice, has wood floors, large master bedroom. Now they did update this bathroom and it's beautiful. But look at this backyard. This is what I love, and this is why I love Southlake. By the way, Southlake has the #1 public schools in the entire state of Texas. So again, I'm not pulling from a bad area. This is really, really nice. So that's what you can get in Southlake, Texas. Now let's take a look in LA and see what you can get for, let's see. No, okay. I don't think this is gonna be fair. This is not gonna be fair because Southlake and Fort Worth are suburbs of Dallas, but I'm telling you, Dallas is not that. Let's go out a little bit because I don't think this is going to be fair. Let's see Lancaster. Let's take a look at this. Okay, $365,000. 4 bedrooms, 2 bath, 1,400 square feet. No. Y'all help me out. What you think of this? Okay, no. Let's find something else, y'all. 1,400 square feet. Okay, let's go to another city. Let's go to another city. This isn't working for me. Now, I've been to San Diego. Let's go down there. Let's go down there to San Diego. I'm a little more familiar with the area. Let's go to more of a country town and see what we can find. Oh, we can't find anything? We can't find nothing? So this is my point. If you're looking for under $400,000 in California, not a whole lot available, and the square footage is very small. Let's raise the budget up. Let's raise it up to $1 million. Okay, let's go out here. Oh no. Guys, I can't even go there. This is what you can get for $1 million near LA. No, y'all. I just can't. Now, that is some cute updates, okay? Cute updates. Ooh, this house should get a pool. Okay, no, I can't do it. I want to go out to the suburbs a little more. Here we go. Riverside, y'all. This is a pretty house. It's 3,200 square feet, $955,000. Very cute. They got new carpet. Again, needs some updating. Okay. But how does that location and schools compare with Southlake? It is pretty, I'm gonna give you that. So the estimated payment on this home is $6,518 according to Zillow. Disclaimer there. Taxes $939 a month and insurance $334. On the Southlake property, you're looking at $7,381 per month with $1,468 for property taxes, about the same, $348 for homeowners insurance, and then there's $100 a month HOA fee. So there is a difference there. So at this point, if we compare the cost of living in a house in Southlake, Texas to the cost of living of a house in, I think it was Riverside, in California anyway, it is more costly for housing for $1 million home here by $863 a month, okay? So if you wanna live in $1 million home in one of the top cities in the state of Texas, it's gonna cost you $863 more to live here than to live in a suburb out of the city in California $1 million home. But what you get for your money, think of the schools, think of the quality of life, safety, I don't know. Just think of all those things that you guys deal with in California. Is that worth it? Now, what we have not done is we have not calculated state income tax. So right now we're upside and the cost of living is actually more expensive for housing in Texas, not because it's not amazing, but because of property taxes, right? But let's talk about state income tax. Here in Texas, we do not have it. So if we're going to calculate state income tax, again, everyone's income varies, but if we're gonna take $150,000 combined income for a household and calculate that according to NerdWallet, and again, if y'all can correct me if this is wrong, at 9.3%, then we are at $13,950 that you have to pay into state tax versus 11 grand for a house in Texas for property tax. Now, again, that's gonna vary according to your state, city, as well as the purchase price of the home. So that's just an estimate, guys, okay? But then we're back down. If we're gonna calculate the difference between those, the difference difference of where we're at now total. It costs more money to live in California at $6,757.76, including housing, groceries, gas, and movies than it does to live in California. So it's more expensive definitely to live in California. Then on top of all that, we have to consider salaries. Now salaries are all over the map. Some positions in California do make more money than the positions in Texas, but I have heard of many people personally. We help people move to Texas, y'all. That's our specialty. Many of them are getting equal salaries here in Texas, in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, as well as some people are getting salary increases. You could get a decrease, but definitely go on Indeed.com, calculate the difference in salaries, and that could balance it out a little more. So is it worth it to you for the cost of living and the quality of life to move to Texas or to live in California?